You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And oh, my friend, from celebrating national pride to celebrating someone who is a national treasure in my eyes. Because, my friend, as we are within Nelson Mandela Month, it is honestly all about how you can help out your fellow man. Now, there is a young woman who is sitting next to me today that we get to celebrate because she has summited, listen to this, Everest, my friend, but she's done it for an incredible cause. And I'm so excited for us to celebrate this beautiful lady, someone who I truly believe is such an example of what it means to really get into just being altruistic, but more than anything else, also doing your bit in Mandela Month. Everyone, please let's give her a feel-good welcome. It is none other than Angela Yeung. Angela, how are you?
I'm good.
That's
Thanks.
good. Angela, I want us to jump right into this because I feel like summiting Everest is such an incredible feat.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about that moment when you got on top and you literally were on top of the world and you could see everything. What was going through your mind and how was it?
I think people are fantasized when you get to the top of the world. It's like something that incredible, but actually not.
Really? Tell me more.
It's crazy. You know, it's harsh. It's it's hostile.
Yes.
When you go past the dead zone, you're actually seeing body.
Oh my goodness.
On the way when you get to the top.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yes, it's exactly. So when you get to the top, the strong wind, it was snowing, and you really try to survive. And you get there, and of course, I'll take out a bra because I was climbing for gender-based violence, and also wearing my summer suit is a South African flag. Very, very proud moment, but it's a lot of gratitude as well at the same time.
Of course. And Angela, I mean, that's so crazy that, you know, you've kind of just put it into perspective, where it's like you're just there trying to survive, trying to be able to make it back down.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's also such an amazing thing because just like you said, you know, you were climbing for gender-based violence. And of course, also just in terms of those amazing donations that you guys were working on. Let's get into that because one of my favorite things is the fact that you deliver donations to children in, you know, just like the remote Himalayan villages. What inspired you to include climbing for a cause?
You know, I think it's climbing to the top is just halfway. Coming down and giving back is my responsibility. I felt like giving back and just, we're not just there to climb their mountain, but also showing them that we really care for them. And it's just that human connection is so important.
Of course it is. And of course, I mean, meeting those children must have been so special.
It is.
Talk to me a little bit about how it was when you met the kids from Rolwaling, forgive me, and, you know, the mountain children home. How was it?
Yeah, so they actually in a very harsh environment. So they in a very remote area, and they have to walk like hours to get to schools. And for us to giving back to them, and just also we did like African line dance with them. And they were like just beaming. You can see they're really happy to be connected. When I told them I'm from South Africa, they said, where is Africa? You know, for them, it just really opened up that conversation with them.
I love that. That is so beautiful. But Angela, I feel like you're somebody who's always had a heart for people, had a heart for children. Can you talk to us a little bit about Impilo Foundation? You know, you've led so many campaigns in South Africa.
Yes.
Talk to us about, you know, how does the international experience kind of connect to everything else?
Yes, of course. So Impilo means life, and it's a Zulu. That we stand for humanity. We have 3 pillars. It's empower her, empower him, and empower them. So right now we are collecting 8,849 bras. That's the height of Everest. At the same time, so really giving back our country and for the survival of GBV. And to give back the prize, you know, the pride and the strength of our humanity here in South Africa.
You have so much strength, Angela, for what you're doing, because it's not an easy thing. And I mean, firstly, climbing already in terms of just like the physical, it's really hectic, but also standing for something that is so important. Thank you for that, because I think it really is such a huge thing. But talk to us as well, just in terms of, you know, where you find yourself now in your journey, you know, having climbed Everest, having done all of these incredible campaigns. What is your message to the rest of South Africa?
I think it's climbing your own mountain, at the same time uplift the others on the way. And that's the spirit of Ubuntu, of Mandela. Mandela is about actions. And this is not, our African time is not tomorrow, but it's now. Now we can make a difference.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Angela, you're such a leader. You're so incredible. I love the fact that we get to sit down and just get to hear more about your lovely, beautiful journey. And thank you so much. You know, when I say you're a leader, I mean you're an example for so many of us to follow in. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Samantha.
I obviously want to ask you as well, just in terms of being able to know more about your collection, know more about the work that you're doing, where can we find that?
It's www.impilo, I-M-P-I-L-O, foundation.org.
Beautiful. You are a superwoman. and thank you so much for the great work that you're doing, Angela. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Mzansi, do you see these incredible things? You know, when they say not all heroes wear capes, they're talking about the likes of Angela Yeung. And, of course, you did hear that if you want to support her work, want to know more, www.impilofoundation.org. That is where you can find it. But, my friend, it genuinely is all about, yes, we can go on our own. We can try do things as individuals. But it is also just about how much we can do together, because that is when we are able to uplift more and more people. And Angela is a huge example of that. You got to make sure you do not go anywhere, though. We are still continuing to celebrate amazing people and amazing things right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.